Hey, what up? Ryuji here. Thank you guys for joining me on this beautiful day at Huntington Beach today. What I want to talk about is trusting the process when you're trying to do something. Now, what does that mean? I think I'll open with a story of like this video actually. So with this video, I was thinking, what should I shoot? How should I shoot it? How should I deliver the content? What story should I tell? And I was really trying to get at, what I wanted the video to be in the end. And I was trying to tailor my method, tailor the things I do to reach that goal. Now that's a good way to go about it, but what happened is that, I got in my head, I got all like thinking about it, I was overthinking it, and this is actually like the third or fourth time I'm shooting this video, and it was just not going very well, because I was like really just stuck in my head, thoughts going on and on, like, oh, is this the right way to deliver this content? Is this the best way to explain this concept? Oh, is this the best way to open? Oh, is this blah, 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 like blah, da, 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 like just would not stop. This inner dialogue would not stop. And really, this is ironic because it goes completely against what I wanted to talk about in this video, which is trusting the process. Now, what does that mean? That means for this video, for example, instead of focusing on what the ideas are that I want to get out, what I want to say, I should focus on the process of creating this video. Whereas I just put myself here, relax, start talking, let it come out. What comes out, just focus on that. And that's generally a much better way to go about things in my personal experience. Now, how can you use this in other things, right? So for example, you always want to find a process to like accomplish something, and you always want to look at the long-term process. What's going to be the long-term process? And even though it might be harder to do that, you want to focus on that. So right now, it's actually harder for me to just be like, whatever, I'll just stand here, just start talking, than to try to meticulously plan the thing. If I meticulously plan what I want to do, what's the content, what's the way I'm going to deliver it, that's much easier to, it's much easier on my mind. Putting myself out here directly like that, that's a much more high pressure situation, so to speak, right? Now, in general, for example, if you're trying to do something, one thing that I want to talk about is repetition. The process of repetition. That's a very important way of building a process to accomplish something. So say, for example, you have to draw something. You have to do a drawing, and you have like a month to do that drawing. Well, you could look at that in two ways. First, you can say, I'm going to take the whole month, work on this one drawing. Every day I'm going to refine it until it's perfect. I'm going to work on this the whole month. You could do that. Or you could do a process of building yourself as an artist. So what does that mean? For example, you would say, I'm going to do one drawing a day. I'm going to draw one thing a day. And what you'll find is that it's much harder to do in a way, because you have to put yourself out there and be like, oh, I have to do a whole drawing today, a whole drawing tomorrow. And you're not giving yourself a lot of time to do that one drawing that really matters, right? But if you do that, every day you're building this skill as someone who can draw. You know how to draw. You become a better artist, so to speak. And by the end, by the 30th day, a picture that you draw in one day will probably be better than something you would have initially spent a whole month on, right? So that's one way of looking at building a process versus looking at your outcome and trying to get the perfect outcome for that. Another thing, so random example, sometimes I have to stay late at school, I'm hanging out with friends, doing some work, whatever it is, and I have to bike home at night, And it gets a little chilly at night, and sometimes I'm not dressed for that or whatever. So I can look at that in two ways. The first way is, well, I'm gonna bike really slowly. And the reason behind that is, if I bike really slowly, it's just less painful in the moment, because the wind doesn't hit me as hard. I can kind of like curl up, be in a little ball, like conserve the little body heat I have. I can do that. Or I can trust the process, because I know that if I start pedaling really fast right now, it's gonna hurt at first, but eventually my body's gonna warm up and it's gonna be better. I'm gonna get there faster, I'm gonna be warmer, I'm gonna feel better, everything's just gonna be better. But in the beginning, it requires me to really trust in that process, that process is going to work. That's really what you need to do. You always want to think, what's the process, and trust in the process, right? Another thing is, for me, like getting social or becoming a social person. One thing is that when I wake up in the morning, it's like, I don't want to talk to people. I don't want to joke around. I don't want to be loud. I don't want to express myself, right? And it's very easy for me to stay in this mode where the whole day I'm just going about just like, oh yeah, whatever. Just like in my own little world, in my own little bubble, not putting myself out there, not communicating, not expressing myself. That's very easy. But I know that my day will be better if I get into this mode where I can communicate with people, talk to people, just like joke around, have fun, that kind of thing. And I know that to get there, I have to follow this process where, I wake up in the morning, I'll go for a walk, I'll say hi to my neighbors. I'll go to school, see some friends, say hi to my professors. Hey, how are you doing? Hey, nice to see you. What's up? How's your day going? That kind of thing, that kind of easy thing to like ease myself into this mode where I'm able to express myself. And it's hard at first. I feel this little resistance. I'm like, ugh, like it's a little difficult. But I know that if I break through and I trust in the process that this is going to work, then it's going to work, right? So much like this video right here, I just put myself out here. I was just like, just trust in the process. I'm just gonna stand here, I'm just gonna talk, see what comes out, the way it comes out, it's all good, right? And here's the thing too, you always want to think of different ways that you can do this process. So for example, for this vlog, I tried different things, like I'm gonna talk about this exactly, or I have this vague idea of what I'm gonna talk about, I'm gonna stand here, see how it comes out. In the future, I wanna try this thing where, I'm just gonna stand here, talk about what's on my mind, what's going on in my day, stuff like that, and see where that veers, and then cut out a little piece of that. They're different processes. Now, the other thing to know about a process is that when you focus on the process, when you're present to the moment with the process, you'll generally enjoy the thing that you're doing much better. In life, there's this cheesy thing that says life is a journey, not a destination. Well, it's true, because what's the destination of life? You die. It's death. What is that? Something to look forward to? No. You should enjoy the journey the whole way through. And just for anything in general, just take something like traveling. You take the plane somewhere, you go on a road trip, you drive somewhere. The commute is really long. You might be on a plane for 12 hours to get somewhere. And a lot of people would look at that. I used to look at it this way where I would be like, I just want to get there. I just want to get to my destination. This is just a thing. I have to go on the plane, but really I just want to get there. But what's that reaching there? It's just like this instant. The plane lands, you're there. It's done. Then you have the whole thing there. But basically, that's what you're looking forward to. Versus the journey, it's 12 hours. Wouldn't you rather enjoy the whole 12 hours that you're there? Always enjoy the journey. Always enjoy the process and not the outcome. So when you're attached to the outcome, the journey becomes this chore where you have to grind it out. You have to work against your will in order to do this thing. But really you want to get in this place where you're enjoying the journey, enjoying the process. That is the fun that you get out of it. For example, one thing that I want to do in my life is master music, so to speak. Or I want to learn jazz piano, right? And I used to think about it in this way where I was like, I can't wait until I'm really good at this. It'll be awesome. I'll be able to play whatever I want. I'll be able to impress people. I'll feel really good about myself. It'll be so much more fun. When in reality, no, it's the journey that matters. Today, when I practice, I'm not as good as I'll be in the future, but it's all good. I enjoy the process of practicing right now. This perpetual journey of practicing. That's what you get out of all this thing. That's what you should look forward to. The practice, the journey, the process. That's where you should get the enjoyment, right? Because if you're looking at the destination, one thing is you'll really never reach the destination. There is no such thing as reaching the destination, for building your life, building your career, building skills, learning music. What's the destination? There is no destination. The journey itself is the destination. That's what you should look forward to. And also when you put yourself in this mode, you can really hit that flow state, so to speak. You can read a book about this called Flow. The author, his name is unpronounceable. It's like Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi. I don't even know if that's the right way to pronounce it. Anyways, it's a state where you're really focused on the process. You're really here right now. You're doing your thing. This is where you're at, right? The way he describes that is, this flow state is when you're really immersed in something in a way that, you lose track of time, you lose track of your surrounding, when you're really focused on something. And the way you get there is focus on the process, on what you're doing right now, and you want to operate at a level where you're pushing yourself slightly, so you're going outside your comfort zone, you're doing something that's a little bit difficult, a little bit challenging, but not too challenging that it's bogging you down. Just challenging enough that it's super engaging, and you're pushing yourself, so you're growing at the same time. When you're doing things in that way, you can really focus on the process and enter this flow state where you're really present, you're really here, you're enjoying the moment. This is when it is. Enjoy the process, right? And when you're able to go through life like this, go through your day like this, where you're enjoying like every part of your day, not just the exciting parts, you know, oh, I look so forward to like meeting my friends later, you know, why can't you enjoy this process right now? Enjoy the moment right now, you know, you're not losing anything from enjoying right now. You're only losing from thinking, oh, this part of my day is gonna be awesome, this day of my day sucks right now. You're losing. This day or day sucks, this part of your day. Why? That just sucks. You're losing. Why? Just enjoy the whole thing. Enjoy the whole day. Enjoy the whole process from beginning to end. That's the reward you get out of it. That's the reward. And like I said before, the journey is always longer than the destination. The destination, you get there, that's it. The journey, it lasts. That's really how you get this long-term enjoyment, how you can really enjoy, you know, doing things, enjoy building things, like stuff like that. That's even, you know, look at this video right here. You know, at first, I tried so hard to control the outcome, to control where it was gonna go, but it didn't work out. I couldn't do it. The words wouldn't come out. It wasn't very clear. The ideas weren't clear. They weren't concise. You know, it wasn't where I wanted to go, and I would beat myself up because I was like, oh, this is not what I want to do. This is not the content I'm trying to convey. All this kind of like destructive self-dialogue. When I'm here, just focused on being present, trying to put out the words that just come out of my mouth. I'm not even sure exactly what I'm saying, you know, but it's okay. I'm trusting in that process, that if I just put myself here, just let go of the outcome. You never want to be attached to the outcome, because when you're attached to the outcome, then it creates this thing where you're like, I need this, I need this, I need this, I need to get this, I'm not there yet, no. And it's all the destructive self-dialogue that you have with yourself. No, instead, you want to focus on the process, you know. And what you'll find typically too is that, funny enough, even though you're less focused on the outcome, you're less focused on where you want to go. If you follow this process, if you enjoy the process and you immerse yourself in it, you're more likely to reach there. It's more sustainable, you'll have more motivation, and you'll probably work harder, you'll be more inspired, you'll be more engaged, you'll be more like into the thing. You're like, yes, I'm doing this right now. And you're more likely to reach your goal in the future. Anyways, thank you guys so much for joining me today. This video was about enjoying the process, trusting the process, following the process over looking forward to a destination, needing a destination, and beating yourself up because you're not reaching that destination. Thank you guys so much for checking this out. I'll see you next. I failed at the end. Anyways, I'll see you guys next time. Take care.